Introduction to User Accounts in Active Directory. Domain Services in Active Directory, Domain Services, ADDS. User accounts play a crucial role in managing access to network resources. These accounts are fundamental to the authentication process within the ADDS domain and serve as the primary means of identity verification for users. A user account in Windows Server 2016 is a comprehensive object that encapsulates all the necessary information defining a user. This information includes username, user password, group memberships. Additional configurable settings based on organizational requirements. The primary functions of a user account include controlling user sign-in permissions for specific computers. 2. Granting access to processes and services within a defined security context. 3. Managing user access to various resources such as ADDS objects and their properties. Shared folders, files, and directories. Printer queues, a key feature of user accounts, is that they enable users to sign into computers and domains with an identity that can be authenticated by the domain. When creating a user account, it's essential to provide a unique user logo name within the domain and forest where the account is being created. To maintain optimal security, it's highly recommended to avoid sharing accounts among multiple users. Instead, ensure that each individual who requires network access has their own unique user account and password. This practice significantly enhances accountability and simplifies the process of managing access rights and permissions. It's important to note that while this course primarily focuses on ADDS accounts, local user accounts also exist. These local accounts are stored in the Security Accounts Manager database of individual computers and are used for local sign-in and access to local resources. However, local user accounts are generally beyond the scope of this course and won't be covered in detail. Creating user accounts in Active Directory, Domain Services. The process of creating user accounts in Active Directory, Domain Services, ADDS, is a fundamental task for IT administrators. User accounts are comprised of essential elements that facilitate user authentication and resource access within the network environment. Components of a user account consists of two primary components. Username password. These elements serve as the user's sign-in credentials, allowing them to authenticate to the network. However, a user account encompasses more than just these basic credentials. It also includes various attributes that provide additional information about the user and assist in managing their account effectively. Tools for creating user accounts. Windows Server provides several tools that administrators can use to create user objects in ADDS. These tools offer different interfaces and methods for account creation, catering to various administrative preferences and scenarios. The available tools include Active Directory users and computers, a graphical user interface, GUI tool that provides a comprehensive view of ADDS objects and allows for easy management of user accounts. Active Directory, Administrative Center, a more modern GUI tool that offers an enhanced user experience for managing ADDS objects, including user accounts. Windows PowerShell, a powerful command line interface and scripting language that enables administrators to automate user account creation and management tasks. ESAD Command Line Tool, a legacy command line tool that provides basic functionality for adding objects to ADDS, including user accounts. Importance of naming conventions. When creating user accounts, it's crucial to implement a standardized naming convention. A well-designed naming convention offers several benefits. Consistency. It ensures that all user accounts follow a uniform format, making them easier to identify and manage. Uniqueness. It helps in avoiding duplicate usernames, especially in large organizations where multiple users may have similar names. Scalability. A good naming convention can accommodate future growth and changes in the organization's structure. Ease of management. It simplifies administrative tasks, such as searching for specific user accounts or applying group policies. By establishing a clear naming convention from the outset, Organizations can significantly improve their user account management processes and reduce potential conflicts or confusion in the future. Let's take a look at this diagram steps. Choose Creation. Tool administrators have several options for creating user accounts in ADDS. Graphical User Interface, GUI tools, Active Directory users and computers, Active Directory Administrative Center. Command Line Interface, CLI tools. Windows. PowerShell ZAD command. The choice of tool often depends on the administrator's preference, the number of accounts to be created, and whether automation is required. Enter user information. This step involves inputting the basic details for the new user account. Full name user logon name, which will form part of the user principal name. Description, optional but recommended for account management. Other required attributes as per organizational policy apply naming convention. Implementing a consistent naming convention is crucial for efficient account management. Ensures uniqueness within the domain, and Forest facilitates easy identification and organization of user accounts. Typically combines elements like first name, last name, and potentially employee ID. May need to account for duplicate names or name changes, set password and options. Security settings are configured at this stage. Set a strong initial password. Determine password policies, e.g., user must change password at next logon. Configure account options, e.g., account is disabled until approved. Set any time restrictions or account expiration dates if applicable. Assign group memberships. Users are added to appropriate security and distribution groups. Determines the user's access rights and permissions. Should follow the principle of least privilege, may include department groups, project teams, or role-based access groups. Review and create account. The final step involves a thorough check before account creation. Verify all entered information for accuracy. Ensure compliance with organizational policies. Confirm appropriate group memberships. Create the account and perform any necessary post-creation tasks. Throughout this process, it's crucial to maintain consistency in applying naming conventions and security policies, regardless of the tool used. This ensures a standardized approach to account creation, which is essential for effective management and security of the ADDS environment.